married. I feel like the first time she talked about getting married with Ken, I had some serious doubts about that. He was a nice guy and all, but I don't know if he was the best fit for her. I met Ryan, and I feel much more confident about Ryan's demeanor and his objectives. He's goal-orientated, and I think his intentions are sincere. I think he loves her, so I'm happy about that. We'll keep our fingers crossed, like I said.
Is it easy for Ryan to break down my walls? I threw everything at him to the point that it was almost cruel.
She likes to make me jealous on occasion because there are people who want to be with Gypsy, and she gets letters and emails.
I have said I don't think that you are enough. I might want more. I might want freedom to date around. I would tell him things that I knew would hurt him because I was trying to push him away.
I don't think that he has respect for my marriage. I feel like, you know, if he's sniffing around to try and like break me and Ryan up or see if I will leave Ryan to get back with him, this is how I feel about it. If you're not going to be there at my worst, you do not deserve me at my best.
Looking for any kind of attention or clout or fame, or she's not pregnant for everybody who keeps asking.
No, I'm on
She's
birth
not
control.
pregnant.
Like, what the hell?
And we have not had any intimacy. We're just hanging out. We're just total friends.
Gypsy Rose Blanchard and her ex-fiance Ken have now been spotted out in public holding hands. TMZ has put out 2 separate articles about Gypsy and Ken, so we're going to go over these because it gives us a little more details. Now, the first article talks about what Gypsy and Ken did, as well as revealed photos of their new tattoos. Gypsy Rose Blanchard is real busy making up for lost time with her ex-fiance Ken Urker. TMZ got all the deets on their Louisiana rendezvous. Sources close to Gypsy tell TMZ Ken flew Sunday from Texas to Louisiana to visit and support his ex amid her separation from Ryan Anderson. For their 4-day visit, we're told Ken is returning home Thursday. The pair's been enjoying the local cuisine and spent a day exploring the city's famous French Quarter. While this might sound like a very romantic adventure, our sources insist nothing romantic is going on between them at this point. We're told Gypsy is focusing on herself right now, but does appreciate Ken's support as she navigates a difficult time. As Ken's mom, Raina Williams, previously told us, Ken felt compelled to be by Gypsy's side as soon as he learned about her split with Ryan. Like, I'm sure you did feel compelled to be by her side. Like, come on. Gypsy and Ken have always maintained a friendship. Our source says that remained even after they split while GRB was still in prison. Really? Is that so? Because Gypsy and Ryan were on a podcast right after Gypsy got out of prison talking crap about Ken and how Ken had texted her stepmom Christy when she got out of prison. Despite the big press tour after her release, Gypsy is now keeping a low profile, staying with her dad, and last month she even deleted her public Instagram and X accounts. They first connected in 2018 through the Prison Pen Pal program, but got engaged in 2019, but faced some hardships due to Gypsy's incarceration, which ultimately resulted in their split. By July 2022, Gypsy had moved on and married Ryan, but that relationship came to an end 3 months after she got out of prison. I mean, so much for keeping a low profile, right? I mean, this has just been crazy. 4 days after Gypsy announces her split from Ryan, she is seen out in public with Ken, which I think that she had to make that announcement because she knew that she was going to be spotted out with Ken. And then we have the live stream, and then they're spotted out in public holding hands. So that brings us to the second article that TMZ put out today. Gypsy Rose Blanchard hand in hand with Ken at Dollar General. Still not an item, they say. I mean, just take a look. Would you look at it? Look at it. Does that look like 2 friends, 2 buddy old pals just hanging out? Stop playing with me. Gypsy Rose Blanchard might say there's nothing romantic between her and her ex-fiance Ken Urker, but these photos would suggest otherwise, at least on the face of things. Take a look. Gypsy and Ken looked awfully close for 2 people claiming to be just pals as they were hand in hand strolling into a Dollar General in South Louisiana Wednesday. The former couple emerged from the convenience store with some budget purchases in hand hand, and at one point they even stopped for a smoke break outside where Ken placed a hand on her shoulder, showing off a little more affection. You can see Gypsy puffing on a cigarette as they continue chatting away in the car. They certainly seem to be enjoying each other's company, and like we said, it really feels like they might be more than friends at this point, even though they've insisted that they aren't romantic. Remember, they were just on a TikTok live just yesterday in which they've cleared up the fact that there's no romance afoot despite all the speculation about their rekindling. So now remember that when Gypsy had her TikTok account, she was actually following a TMZ reporter. So I really wonder if they set this whole thing up and had it staged, because we know that different celebrities are known for doing that. They'll like have relationships with these news media outlets just to get them back into the media and have little public sightings. I mean, either that or TMZ is basically stalking her at this point. Now, if you missed the live stream that Gypsy and Ken did, I posted a separate video of that. I will link it down below in the description of this video. But let's talk about a few things we learned, because I saw a lot of people asking, so did Gypsy and Ken go get these tattoos while Ken had a girlfriend? Because previously we had heard from Ken's mom's TikTok video that Ken had a girlfriend. So during that live stream, Ken actually said that he and his girlfriend had broken up and that his mom just didn't know at the time. Now, we also learned that the OF account was in fact not Gypsy. She's not pregnant. That Ken works in a bar, that he is going to be a part of Gypsy's new Lifetime show and that he was interviewed for that Ryan has the puppy that he and Gypsy got together. She said that the puppy actually liked Ryan more, so she just decided to let Ryan keep her because she didn't want to uproot basically her environment where she lived. She already was acclimated to their apartment, so she just let Ryan keep the puppy. We also learned that someone called Gypsy's PO after they saw she was hanging out with Ken and tried to report that Ken was a felon. So Gypsy said that Ken is in fact not a felon. All he has on his record is basically traffic violations. And I saw a few people ask how old Ken is. So Ken is 31 and he lives in Texas. So if he and Gypsy's, quote, friendship were to evolve into something else, it would be kind of difficult because they both live in two different states. Now, I'm pretty sure that we all knew that Gypsy and Ryan's marriage wouldn't last. I just don't know that we thought it would be this fast. 3 months out of prison and they're already separated, and I don't really see them getting back together at all. That's all I have for now, so let me know what you guys think. Do you think that Gypsy and Ken will end up in a relationship? As always, thank you guys so much for watching. If you could, please do me a favor and give this video a thumbs up. And if you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing, and I'll catch you on the next one.